The question is, why are people so much afraid of debt? DEBT. Yes, everybody is trying away from debt because it's a debt, you must pay it. But have you understand that the fact that without debt, you hardly succeed in life? That's the question here. You see, I used to think like this before, and I run away from anything debt. Fear of losing my properties tomorrow because of debts. Until I had what is called mindset renewal. Yes. A poor man is so much afraid of debt, whereby a rich man is so happy to take on debt because it is his only way of getting cheap money. Getting money in a very cheap rate. But the poor man is so afraid. You know why? I will tell you that. It's so simple. A poor man is afraid because a poor man mindset is all about expenditure. He borrows to spend on things he does not need. He borrowed to pay salary. He borrowed to buy shirts, buy the latest car, buy a house, things he does not need. And then tomorrow, he cannot be able to pay back the debt. He becomes a debtor, and then with mortgage on growing, he need to sell off everything back. And after selling them, he may not be able to meet up the amount of money he borrowed. But the rich man, because of his rich mentality, he is so happy to lay his hand on that debt, no matter the amount, even if he runs into billions of dollars. As an institution is graciously giving him the money, he's so happy to take it. Why? Let me explain that to you now. Before he stepped into accepting that debt, he have already figured out where to invest the money. Yes. Not where to spend it and waste it, where to invest the money, and that money will multiply, triple, fourple, 7 times the debt. Then he puts hand into the debt money, pay off the debt, and then have enough money to enjoy life. You see? Wisdom. When he spends that money now, you think he's spending money from what he borrowed. No. He's spending money from the income, from his interest of his investment. That's the difference here. But for you to attain this level in life as a beginner, you must be careful of the kind of company you keep. Yes. You must be careful of the kind of family you find yourself into also. Because when you have parasitic lifestyles around you, you can hardly grow and become a rich man. The kind of company or association you keep matters so much in your journey of life. If you find yourself in a family where everybody is clapping for you, breadwinner, hero, whereby what you're making as your income is nothing to write home about. They can't even take care of your own expenses. Talk of other members of your family. My dear, you have already granted yourself to die a pauper if you do not change your mentality from poor man mentality to rich man mentality. Yes. And for you to change this mentality, you must learn to distance yourself from that parasitic lifestyle association you find yourself into. Be it your family members, be it your friends, you must learn to distance yourself from them. Then be able to save up any amount of money you have in your hand, or be able to project your mindset of this you want to do, or be able to borrow and invest and then recover the money invested, pay off your debt and move on forward. I'm not saying you should abandon your family. Other man says you abandon your friends. All I say is what? Distance yourself that moment. Grow yourself to be a formidable force. Then that moment you have become that force, if you spend even 1% from what you have made, you can't shake you. And they will feel the impact. They will be happy seeing money But when you have not done that yet, you're spending your last card just because you want to be called a good man, a good woman. You want to be clapped for. Hey, brother, sister, you're doing well. God is using you. You are the breadwinner of the family. God is uplifting you. Your children will are blessed. Okay? Now, poor you are ending up with. You see all this religious mentality you carry around. It can't help you. It's only a way of keeping you downgraded as a slave. You are. You are a slave to yourself, a slave to your mentality, a slave to that parasitic friendship or lifestyle you're living. You are living. And only you brought it upon yourself. But you can free yourself from that by distancing yourself and start developing better friendship that suits the vision you have for yourself. Simple. I say it every time. Lacking money in your pocket doesn't make you a poor man or a poor woman. But when you lack the knowledge, the mentality to develop, you're a poor. Simple. Lack of information is deadly. That's what I'm giving to you free of charge. So debt is very good. A rich man who has been able to separate himself or herself from that parasitic lifestyle is able to borrow, reinvest in a business, nurture that business, see it grow to the point that he can be able to pay off that debt and have enough to grow, even still borrow more because business comes up every day. Fear to borrow will not be there again. I used to be so fearful of debt, but now I'm not. I'm looking for where to borrow. I'm looking for who to give me a better rate, which huge amount of money for a better investment to do. You see, when you see the rich not associating with the poor, it's not because they hate the poor, no. It's only because they hate the mentality the poor man is bringing on the table. If that poor man can change his mentality from spending on wastages to investment, only his idea of investment, in fact, will attract the rich man to him, and he will immediately become also rich. That's what I'm talking about: ideas, knowledge, wisdom. So, rather than you try to please everybody, develop yourself. Develop yourself from that poor mentality to a rich mentality. If you have to disassociate yourself from your girlfriends, disassociate yourself. If that your girlfriend is not bringing into your life fruitful ideas, fruitful things you have to do to move forward, disassociate yourself. If you're about spending every time, but spending, and if you become weak, you spend it and become zero. And then you don't have a friend. What you have is just a cutlass that is cutting off your neck. Period. If it's your family that you need to distance yourself from them and develop yourself also. Then you can come back and build up things